Hello, and welcome to All the Trek from Educating Geeks, the show where I watch every episode of Star Trek until I figure out how to recklessly destroy society. I'm your host, Bree, and today I'll be reviewing episodes 68 through 71 of Star Trek, the original series. Episode 68, Ellen of Troyes. A female humanoid alien throws deadly tantrums throughout the episode and is insufferable in general. Of course, her tears are full of chemicals that make anybody who touches them fall in love with her. And Kirk falls in love with her. I didn't see that coming. Did you see that coming? Did you guys see that coming? This is essentially a Taming of the Shrew ripoff, so calling it Ellen of Troyes is kind of strange to me. I don't think this homicidal maniac could launch anything other than maybe a warhead. Regardless, Shatner was great. He managed to add a lot of depth to his character in the midst of a bunch of stupid bombshells. 1 out of 5 stars. Episode 69, Whom Gods Destroy. Finally something I can really sink my teeth into. Honestly, at the start of this episode, I thought, great, yet another repeated premise. But boy was I wrong. Captain Kirk and eventually Spock get stuck on a planet that houses an asylum, and this time the inmates are running the show. Batgirl plays a green slave girl with a personality disorder. She is the best thing about this entire episode. Even when she doesn't talk, she's stealing the scene. Her insane Shakespearean rambling and "I'm pretty, I'm smart, I'm pretty, I'm smart" breakdown were just super. She also does her big deal shimmy shake dance and tries to kill Kirk while seducing him. Obviously, she's awesome. The big bad in this episode is a former Starfleet captain who gained the ability to change his appearance. There are some tense, which Kirk is the right Kirk moments in this episode, but the bad guy always gives himself away by losing his temper. We also get a menagerie of aliens in wacky costumes at the asylum, so they managed to hit pretty much all of my favorite Trek tropes. The only problem I had was it started to feel drawn out about 3/4 of the way through. 4 out of 5 stars. Episode 70, Let That Be Your Last Battlefield. What is with these entire sentence titles? Anyway, I like to call this the black and white cookie episode. Pretty much everyone agrees it's a heavy-handed episode about classism and racism. Since the aliens with classist and racist problems can't come to accord, everyone on their planet dies, except the 2 guys who are visiting the Enterprise. The aliens beam themselves down to the surface of the planet and completely miss the point of everything. They start to chase each other around with murderous intent, and the Enterprise is just like, "Okay guys, have fun." This episode was very shouty. They've handled the same topic much better in the past, and it just kind of plays out like a student one-act. 2 out of 5 stars. Episode 71, The Mark of Gideon, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Population-Depleting Disease. This time around, Kirk and a random free spirit get mysteriously transported onto an empty Enterprise. Only it's not really the Enterprise, it's a replica, and she's been sent there to get a disease from Kirk. Not that kind of disease. She's from the planet that Kirk was trying to beam down to, but it's crazy overpopulated there, so the elders decided to introduce a mortal disease to thin the herd. This episode is great, because when Kirk suggests just using contraception, they're like, "No, life is too sacred." Which is funny because they want people to suffer and die in illness. And they've recruited a young woman to serve as a martyr. Right. Funny how we still have issues regarding contraception 45 years after this episode aired. 4 out of 5 stars. I liked the pacing and I appreciate the message. Hi Trek fans. Did you know that Alice and Megan also rate every episode on All the Trek? You can see what they thought of each episode by clicking the link in the description below. We have more videos available on our channel, so don't forget to subscribe. You can also find a lot of great content on the Educating Geeks website. That's educatinggeeks.com. If you're a social animal, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Google+. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you here next week for another Trek Tuesday. Live long and prosper.